What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. Match review time. Leeds United 0, Brentford 0. Clean sheet for Leeds United. Could have probably done with the 3 points considering some of the results around us this weekend. But you know what? There was a lot of positives to take forward from it. And also from Brentford too. So listen, hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and drop your comments in below. What we're saying here, Nathan Palmer, a season of inconsistency. Yeah, that's fair. Liam Moore, shout out to Liam. Why is he bringing on Greenwood and not our record signing? Jesse is bizarre. And a few of you saying that, you can't believe you didn't see Jorginho. Paul saying ball draw. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was more of a defensive battle, wasn't it? We had a lot of the ball today. I mean, this match review probably isn't going to be that long today unless people have got some topics, but because it was more of a defensive battle today more than anything. And listen, there were some really impressive performances from us today defensively that I want to give a shout out to. Blinkivish is saying, at least we kept a clean sheet. Yeah, listen, when I saw that whistle was coming on and the way that it was going, we were heavy in possession. We were doing a lot without, we had a lot of the ball, but without doing much with it, if that's fair. But yeah, listen, we could have easily been hit on the counter and lost that game, but we're defensively good today. Unholy Confession saying, hey KG, I can't believe we got a clean sheet. Fair. Yeah, listen, I want to talk. Dylan just saying Wöber looks solid at the back. I thought he was really good in what he needed to do today, but I think actually the guy next to him had a better game overall. But I think it may have been a chasm of him playing next to him. I thought they looked really good. Unfortunately, Robin Koch just got a yellow card, and now he missed a cutoff point where it doesn't matter, so he'll miss the Forest game, which is not ideal, because I would really have liked to see this pairing go forward against Forest, but we're going to have to do another pairing yet again. Doc saying best defensive display of the season. Yeah, because listen, we've had a couple of clean sheets this season, haven't we? We have. But the Newcastle one, I mean, we was getting absolutely battered in that game. We were very lucky to get away with that one. I think today we more than earned our clean sheet. It's just a shame that our attack couldn't get the job done. But it wasn't that the attack wasn't that great. It's just that Brentford were just really good defensively. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. Jake saying Tony targeted Koch and he stood the challenge. Not bad. Yeah, Koch, he marked out Tony at the game. I can't remember Tony doing all but two things. And one was that shot, that cheeky shot he tried in the first half. But then the second half at the end with a looping header. Other than that, Ivan Toney was very, very remote today. So shout out to Robin Koch today. Let's have a look. Yeah, Callum, still haven't conceded with Wöber yet. That's facts, isn't it? It's absolute facts. We haven't conceded a goal with that guy on the pitch, but you can see what he gives us. Not only does he give us playing leadership, you could see he was the one doing the organizing at the back, but he gives you outstanding tackles. He gives you an outlet with the ball because he's a ball playing centre back. He had the free kick, and it's good to see him that he's going to be on free kicks. So yeah, he just gives us so much to his game, and if he can play it at centre back, keep it him. I am surprised that it wasn't Strike at centre back and him at left back, but you can probably see why with that. Got to give a mention to Pascal. Ian drawing our way to safety. I thought Pascal was much better today. He did not look rattled today like the other games that we've seen him in. It was good to see him like that. Like I said, I would have probably started Firpo today just for a bit of attacking impotence, but I think it was probably the right call having a more defensive-minded Pascal. So yeah, listen, it wasn't like an outstanding performance by Strout, but in comparison to his recent performances, hey, listen, it was very good from Strout today. William saying, KG, I will take a clean sheet today. Played a team that was in form and kept them scoreless. Yeah, I agree. I just, you know what it is, William, and this is not isolated to this match today, because I do think that today was a really good point. I just feel like with the way that some of the results went this weekend, and I just look at our team, I just don't see how we're not even reached 20 points yet. And this is more of a totality of the season, not today's game. I just don't know how we haven't hit 20 points yet with the team that we've got. I'm not saying our defense. I'm talking about more about our attack. So it's disappointing in that way. But listen, we've got Forest next week, and we have another chance to do it there. Although Forest have picked up form lately. Radaby Leeds with a super chat. Thank you so much. Manager seems clueless to me. Made subs too late and shouldn't be starting Harrison and Aronson as they have no end product confidence. Frustrating. Yeah, listen, on that Radaby Leeds and why you've just put that in there, I just need to thank thank Karen Curtin for a super thanks on the last video, and Robert Hobbs, who's a new member of the channel. Memberships are in the description below. Shout out to you, Robert Hobbs. But in regards to that, Radaby Leeds, I thought that there was a couple of chances that could have been made, substitutions that could have been made earlier. I thought Rodrigo, although he got in a couple of shots, I thought that maybe we could have introduced somebody ahead of him, and you could see Rodrigo was getting frustrated and not in the good way. You know, he got booked for dissent as well. So I thought that maybe he could have come off. But I did note at the start of the game with Strauch, I've already mentioned Strauch starting, Aronson starting again. The only thing I can think of, people, is that there's a lack of match fitness for both Jorginho and obviously Sinisterra just coming back. That's the only thing I can think of in regards to why one of those weren't started over Aronson, unless it is his favorite. But I don't see that. I think it's going to be more of waiting for Jorginho to bed in and see how he goes in training, because yeah, Aronson does need to hold the bench. I thought, you know, there was a lot of pressing, a lot of endeavor today, but there was nothing on the end product today. You know, and as I'll say about anyone else, pressing hype, I don't care about that unless you're doing something with it. So yeah, I do get people's frustration with Harrison starting yet again, because I didn't get it at the start. Harrison, it was a chance for me to see Harrison start a game in the Prem and not just look good off the bench. I thought he was okay. Does anyone else agree? Does anyone think Harrison was better than okay, or was he worse than okay? I thought he was okay. I don't think he was anything spectacular. Aaron though saying that Harrison had a good game. To be fair, Michelle is saying Sidney looks rusty. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's just getting back into match fitness, isn't he? So I can understand why he's not starting. Jack saying Harrison tried 3 backheel passes and lost the ball all 3 times. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't get that one, but you could only hope once Jorginho is more fit, more match fit, maybe even Bamford too. Maybe then we can make some changes in that area. Yeah, Auntie Tomo saying Harrison 5 out of 10. Yeah, I'd say that too. And Ben, Harrison did just enough, but that's what I mean. It's not enough though, is it? And all this talk about him getting a new contract. I mean, if it's to be a squad player, I accept. Unless we have to sell him in order to get new players in, then I would probably like withdraw that contract offer. Yeah, KS Spence saying verbal was quality. So yeah, listen, let's talk about our defense, because there's nothing really to talk about on the attack. And I just want to say WÖBER today was very, very solid in defense, made a couple of real good last-ditch tackles as well when we was susceptible to the break, which was great to see. And Robin KOCH today, one brilliant block. Don't say the obvious joke. I already did it in my head. And also one absolutely brilliant interception. This was in the first half, where I don't know where Ayling went. Don't know. But he had to get across. Henry was going to cross it in or cut it back to Ivan Toney, and it would have probably been a goal. But his interception was absolutely perfect. So shout out to Robin KOCH. Like I say, just a shame he's going to be missing for the Forest game, because I would love to have seen what that combination could have done in the next game. Ayling, I noted him down as well as Aronson and also Harrison and Strout. I don't know how Ayling got a start today in terms of what he did in the last game, but that's where it goes to me in terms of the senior players from the past getting privileges because they're from the old guard, because he made an absolute howler against Cardiff. You know what I mean? And I think if one of our newer players makes that mistake, they probably get dropped. Instead, he gets rewarded with a start today. I didn't understand that. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's have a look. Darren saying, KG, we have all this so-called firepower, but we still can't break down a team defending for 90 minutes. Well, Darren, yeah, this is where I want to give Brentford their just dues. And this is where, because our defense, listen, our defense, our team, let's just say our team, have conceded 112 goals since the start of last season. No other Premier League team has done worse than that. For me, the way Brentford defended today away from home, making it so difficult. Listen, we had the ball. We tried getting through them. That wasn't working. We tried getting around them through crosses. That wasn't working. Pullbacks, they weren't working. Raya behind them was solid as well. But that is how I would love to see our team defend away from home. Nobody try and engage with that 3-man press, because we can't do it. Not this team. They can't do it. Let's be like Brentford were today, where you just can't break them down. They were just solid. So I know that the attack wasn't good today from us, compared to recently. But Brentford have got an absolutely solid defensive structure, and you have to give them credit for that. You have to give them credit for that. Matthew saying Brentford play five at the back, always a tough ass to get through. And it's not just the five at the back, is it, Matthew? It's the quality of them as well, and the tall. They've got some height in there. So I completely, I was looking at their game today. I was like, I see it. I see it. I see what they're doing here. I see what they're doing, and I can see that they're going to try and hit us on the break, beat us 1-0, and get out of here with 3 points. But thankfully, our defense didn't let them do it either. Ian saying we play too narrow, but Brentford will be happy with the point and a clean sheet. We have to be happy with that. I'm happy with the clean sheet. I just love 3 points. Let's have a look. What's everyone saying? Ali is saying 700 plus people, only 93. Like, come on, guys, hit the like button. Best way to support the channel, and it's free. So do that, and it helps out the channel as well. So thank you, Ali, for the reminder. Tommy Darko also giving WÖBER his props here. Looks class. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know the name is Liam saying had to win that match. That's another game without a win, and it is another game without the win. The league table doesn't lie, as Liam is rightly here saying. It moves us back up to 15th after this weekend's games. I mean, there was a point during the weekend where I think we was in third from bottom or maybe fourth from bottom, but it wasn't looking good until other teams started to get equalizers. And I don't want to do that again. I don't want to look out for other teams' results, but that's what we're having to do right now. But we're 15th, 19 played, and 4 wins. Those are the cold hard facts altogether. 18 points, so less points than games played. Never good. Never good. What's everyone saying? What's everyone saying in regards to this? Do I have anything? Yeah, I don't really have. There's not really much else to talk about in terms of what I've got noted down. Nothing really. The one time that we did break through was when Pinnock misjudged a header. Rodrigo ran through and Nanto had a shot, but it was an easy save for Ryan. I think Nanto could have probably put it across the goalkeeper instead. But yeah, that's all I've got in terms of this game. Yeah, Thomas Adams was awesome in the middle. Want to see Ruta next. Yeah, Adams was again just that calming influence in there. Got a bit techie in the first half as well with Jensen. So yeah, listen, Adams is doing what he's supposed to do. It's nothing flashy today, but it was solid enough. He was perfect, mopping up all the mess in front when Brentford did try and get forward. Captain Elwood have to beat Forest. Absolutely a must win. Yeah, for me, we've got to be looking at beating Forest. I don't care if it's away. 3 points. I have to look at that. Have to. Yeah, I mean, David saying no, at the end of the day, we haven't won again. Yeah, cold facts. Cold facts, David. It would have been a sucker punch to lose today, obviously, especially with the games gone. But you've seen Brentford before; they've done it in many other games. They don't need possession; they don't care about possession. They'll let you have all the ball and then just break on you and get away with a 1-0, 2-0 win. So we have to look at that as a positive. A lot of you saying Aronson, God, you guys don't want Aronson in there right now, yeah. Joanne. What's winning? I get it. I absolutely get it. Listen, I was looking at when you look at the table and you see that we've got no green in the last 5 games at least. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. But I can only judge it off today's game. It's a match review of today's game. We can talk about things in totality in another show for sure. But yeah, it does suck, man. It would be nice to win a league game again. 4 wins in 19. It isn't good enough. On any level, it's not good enough. Yeah, Lewis is saying Rocker making suspicious passing, suspicious, Yeah, it wasn't great from Raka today. It wasn't. But again, until we get another midfield option in there, unless he trusts JB to have more game time, it's going to be Raka and Adams. So yeah, I'm in agreement with that today. Morex is saying Aronson and Harrison will struggle to keep their places in the team. Yeah, for me at the minute anyway, with Harrison, I think he's more of a rotation. I don't know if anyone else agrees. Is I think Harrison's looked much better coming off the bench. I think that game suits him more. So yeah, for me, Harrison is more of a bench option and a decent bench option at that. Starting him, I'm not really into it at the minute. Well, I haven't been since the end of the transfer deadline. Yeah, Lewis, that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for Somerville to come back. Um, Absolutely key to us. And him and Nanto just work so well together. Hopefully he's back. Actually, he's back training next week, so look out for that. Yeah, and Andrew, that's a good point. In today's game, I did notice that Nanto, Andrew here saying Harrison has been blocking Nanto most of the time. He did get in his way a few times. They did clash a couple times, but is that on them or is it because of the way that we play? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys. Philip, though, is looking at the positive side here. He says it's another point to 40 points. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, just listen, there's over 700 of you in here, man. So thank you for joining me. But just at this point of the season, especially with the run of games that we had at the start, some of the other games where we should have come away with something, then just lost the games. How many points do you think that we should be on right now? It, we're on 18 at the minute, which for me is way too low. But how many points do you think that we should currently be on, just judging by the games that you've seen and how we've played? Let me know. Yeah, slow and steady, Steve. Need good fullbacks, in my opinion. Yeah, you know what? We've gone on to we'll talk about fullbacks in a bit. El Gil is saying 25. LUFC saying 27 to 30. 25 to 30 again. 24. Yeah, 24. Joe Mark's going for 30. 28, 25. Yeah, yeah. So, and Nightcrawler though is saying it's what we've got, and that's 18 because we're not good enough. That's fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I do believe that. Have we been worse than some of the teams above us? Well, obviously the table says so, but I don't think our squad is. I think our squad is much better than our league position, but we just haven't been getting the results. And yeah, Rebecca G, the table doesn't lie. Yeah, that's what I mean. Though it's more disappointing that we haven't got those results. But listen, there's still plenty of games to go. What are we on now? What are we on? 19 games. So there's 19 games left. We got more than enough time to get the points on the board. So we're just gonna have to keep working from here. We just have to keep working from here. But yeah, listen, this one is not going to go long. Let me just see if there's anything else. Yeah, you know me. I don't really like to mention the referee, but he was doing a lot. He was giving a lot of those fouls both ways. By the way, in terms of when a player just leans over and goes over, he's blowing the whistle a lot. They were supposed to be cutting those out this season. They were meant to be cutting those out completely. Obviously, he didn't get the memo. Let's have a look. What's anyone saying? Yeah, nothing else. Nothing else. Yeah, Raj. Raj is saying here, feel for Marsh. He is getting this team to play well, but need the results now. Yeah, listen, I want results, Raj. I want results. This playing well and not winning thing, that doesn't really work for me. I'll be honest. I would rather stink the joint out and come away with 3 points than play well and not win. Because at the end of the day, this playing well and not winning doesn't move you up the table. Stinking the joint out, winning, that does. So if we have to do that, then I'm fine with it. But I know what you're saying. The performances are better, but like even I heard Roy Keane while I was listening to some of their commentary. He says we've got to put some points to these good performances, and he's absolutely right. Can't just keep on saying playing well and not winning. It doesn't work in the Prem. Uh, let's have a look. George saying we still have a championship standard side. In places we do, George. We absolutely do. And that's what we've got to address. I was hoping that they'd address it a little bit more in January, getting a couple more out and then, working on that, bringing some more in the summer. But yeah, we do. We still clearly have some championship players in this team, but I guess they can't do it all, but we're a couple windows behind where we should be, in all honesty. We should have done more in previous windows. But again, that's a conversation for another day. Mm, yeah, at your service, saying Verber is a serious upgrade. Yeah, I completely agree with that. We need to see more of him, obviously. But yeah, he was outstanding today in what he needed to do. D Turley. D with the Aronson opinion here. He's saying Aronson is our most championship player and he cost 25 million. Interesting. It's just a shame though with Aronson because he did start off so well. Like I say, I'm not giving up on Aronson just yet, but he is completely out of form. Absolutely out of form. Bradley Pickles with a super chat. Thank you, Bradley. Brentford there for the taking, needed the 3 points. I don't know if they were there for the taking. I just thought they were really good defensively, Bradley. But I hear what you're saying because of us having so much of the ball. But again, Brentford don't care about that. Holly with a super chat. Thank you, Holly. Finishing 16th is an improvement from last year. It is, Holly. But I mean, that's where I've predicted we'll finish with this team. But yeah, I don't know. I just think with the game, some of the games that we've had, and you look at our fixture list as well, by the way, in totality, there's hardly a point where we go on a real tough run of games. Now, obviously, if we get Man United twice in that 1 week, barring any, FA Cup replays, that's obviously a tough run with 2 games against them. But all in all, we've had a real nice run of fixtures, and it's going to continue till the end of the season if it carries on the way it is. So there's no excuses. At points last season we were having Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City in a row. Things like that. We haven't really had that this season. But that's why the point return for me is disappointing overall. Mark Atkinson is saying Bamford looked good as soon as he came on. What did people think of Bamford today in his little time he got? I mean, bearing in mind he only got 10 minutes. Um, yeah, I mean, what did you think of him? Benji is saying 16th isn't good enough when we spent 150 million on new talent. Yeah, I mean, Benji, the only thing I would say that is the only thing I'll say to that is other teams have done stuff as well, and they would have had probably better teams squads than we had originally. So I know what you're saying in terms of we spent 150 million and we should just move up, but then other teams have also strengthened and made changes too. So and there's still more changes to come. I mean, listen, we've got to be careful of Wolves. They've signed another player. Everton, I don't know what's going on there. Are they going to keep Lampard or not? I hope he stays. He's good for them. We just need to know we just have to concentrate on ourselves basically, Benji. And I know what you're saying. 16th isn't good enough, but other teams have also done business too. Rebecca's saying Bamford clearly not fit. I was wanting him to be brought on, but in the end it was pointless. Okay, yeah. Igor is saying though Bamford was good. He calms the team down with his link-up play, and it allows us to actually piece together some decent attacks. Yeah, I mean, listen, he did link up one decent attack that we had, didn't he? So yeah, he's good at that stuff. He's good at that stuff. Maybe he could have done with a bit more time, but hey, listen, we have to be careful with him. Like Jesse said before the game, you know what it's like with Bamford. It only takes a little something, and he could be out for another month and everything else like that. So, yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree. Roger saying Danjuma to Everton is excellent business. Yeah, good player, good player. But they're going to need more than that. Everton need way more than that. James Kennedy question, KG, are you really enjoying the football we play? It's not exciting and we don't get results, so I'm not sure what we're hanging on to. No, I'm not enjoying it because we're not winning. I've always said that if you stink out the joint and you win, you can accept that as a fan. You can absolutely accept it. But when you're not winning, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't. But the only reason why I don't mention other coaches or anything is because I don't see Jesse Marsh leaving. Now, 4 wins in 19, yeah, that is not good enough. As a lot of other fans are saying about teams that are where we are right now, you see Moyes getting hammered. I know they won, but West Ham fans still want him gone. Lampard at Everton. But at the end of the day, unless you're hearing real rumblings of a new manager coming in, I just don't see the point in talking about replacing Jesse. I don't, because I think it's just a waste of time. The board are backing him. They're still signing players that he's got input in. This is what we're going with right now. This is it's what we're going with right now. Gail, though, saying in comparison to us, Villa had 2 poor games and 6 points. Absolutely, they did. But that's the difference, isn't it? That's the difference. Dave isn't having it though. He's rubbish. Sack him. Yeah. But I mean, listen. Even today, after the game, there wasn't that much dissent from the crowd, was there? And if you're going to put pressure on the board to get rid of a coach, you've got to be more vocal. And I don't think that's happening in the grounds. It's happening with the away games. Uh, Audibly, you can hear that, but not so much at Elland Road. So the board are probably not going to pull the trigger on Jesse. Now, if they don't think he's the right guy going forward, and we're still getting these kind of results where we're not winning, and they do it after the transfer window again, like they did Bielsa, then that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different conversation because you should have done it earlier if you don't think he's the man to take us forward. Donny Keys, though, is saying we just can't take momentum and bring it into 3 points. It's worrying for me. Last year we was 15th with a youth set up on the bench. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a different league as well. I get the comparison for last season, but there isn't a Norwich this season. There just isn't. There isn't a Norwich like that. There's teams that are still fighting that are in 20th place. That bottom three, bottom four just keeps on revolving, and unfortunately, we're a part of that. We're a part of these kind of teams. So yeah, let's have a look. Somebody was defending the way we're playing. Let me just get that. Oh, it's Luis. How is Marsh ball ugly football? Everyone enjoys our football. It's only us who moan. Okay. That's- Yeah, Gavin, we are just one ahead of Bournemouth. I know. I know. It's not good. It's not good. Um, yeah, listen. Yeah, I'll just go a couple more minutes just for your last comments. Um, and then I'll head out of here. Not much more to discuss about the game today. John Knox is saying, "Wow, this is like a to and fro. I love it. Football game of opinions." John Knox is saying the Bielsa project was a failure. Ooh. Our defenders are mostly old Bielsa defenders. Jesse Marsh has got more from them. We concede a lot less under Jesse Marsh than Marcelo Bielsa, and had a clean sheet today against Brentford. Hmm. I don't know about failure. I mean, it was towards the end, John. Completely, it wasn't good, but overall, I don't know. Yeah, Connor saying here, Cock was better with Verba beside him. Yeah, that's what I mean. It was a good pairing. Fortunately, it's gonna be a different pairing next week. Don J though is saying my glass is definitely half full looking at this team. Yeah, I'm still there. I'm still there. There's still too many games, and our attack has got way too many options. And a couple of them, by the way, are still coming back into fitness. So there is more for us. Sorry, there is more to come from us attacking wise. And that's where I just look at other teams and you watch them. Even if you can't watch the games, watch highlights. They don't have the attacking potency that we have. I know we didn't score today, but I think that's more down to the way Brentford defended today. So yeah, Unholy Confession saying ninth place finish and then no backing. Listen, I lost a lot of subscribers, by the way. Unholy Confessions. I lost a lot of subscribers when we finished ninth, and I was talking about replacing some of these players. And if we got certain offers in for certain players, take them and reinvest. Yeah, you couldn't say anything against the team, and I'm sure a lot of fans, just from some of the comments I got, were saying, "Nah, this team could go again. All we need is one or two." When you could just see that was never going to be the case. But yeah, it's right. That's what I mean. We're a couple windows behind other teams. Unholy confessions. That's just the facts of it. Glenn, get Heckenbottom, same stuff. Oh man, just remember that. Nah, not that again, please. BPCY saying, bit worried that a lack of points now at this point of the season is going to relegate us. Mm, I'm just not there yet. I just see other teams. I watch other teams play, and they don't have what we have going forward. They just don't. So, and in comparison as well, our goal difference is better than a lot of teams around us because we score a lot. But yeah, yeah, I'm just not there with the relegation talk. I know we're in that category, but I just think that we're going to have more firepower going forward. against more teams to get us out of this mess. Ben saying when we were promoted, we needed a rebuild. We absolutely did. But you see, some players are still here, Ben. Some of them are still here and starting like in today's game. Yeah, madness for me. Madness. Idon is saying, I really believe that Jesse can still turn the season around. The players are fighting for him and don't give up. We get into a lot of chances and we just have to be focused in. Mr. P, thank you for the super chat, Mr. P. Big support of the channel. Shame we started with Aronson today. An attack featuring Nonto, Rodrigo, Sinistero with Harrison behind might have achieved more, in my opinion. Yeah. The only thing I'd say, Mr. P, is that Sinistero probably isn't match fit. And you saw when he came on, there was a couple of rusty touches where before he got injured, he would have probably controlled it a bit better. But there was a few miscontrols today. But I know what you're saying in a perfect world, absolutely. But yeah, listen, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, one of them was captain today. Absolutely. I'm going to leave it there. I will be back I don't know about tomorrow, but I will be back next week with another show where we can talk about things in more totality rather than just today's game. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video, leave your comments below. Just got to say as well, big up for the support over the last month since the resume of football again. You know, your support has been absolutely amazing, both viewing and subscriber wise. So, you know, let's keep it up. Let's keep building. Let's keep moving forward on this channel. That's what it's all about. But yeah, listen, people, am I going? Let me just check something first, just before I scoot out of here. You know what? Just before I go, for the people that are still here, I'll just give you Jesse Marsh's comments just quickly. This is courtesy of Phil Hayes' Twitter. Marsh's reaction: the group is disappointed. They felt like they played well and wanted to be rewarded with the points. But for me, I've been really focusing on performances, tactical clarity, individual confidence, and for me, it's clear we're moving in the right direction. Hey, what's everyone saying? On Jorginho, so for people that want to know about Jorginho, I just want to integrate him the right way. Willie was close to pulling off a play. Jack's performance was very strong. With new players, you want them to set them up to succeed. I just thought maybe we wait another week before unleashing him. So maybe that means Jorginho will be in the Nottingham Forest game. On sending on Greenwood, we were getting a lot of fouls and corners, and he's a guy who can serve a really good ball. I was trying to push the game from that perspective. I get that. I get that in that way. Marsh says that WÖBER is the best passing centre back he's worked with. Thinks he's intelligent and communication will be very important for the team. I agree. Cooper missing through injury today, but Marsh hoping he'll be back in training next week. So there you go. There's Jesse Marsh's comments in regards to today. I'll leave you to I'll leave you to mention that in the comments afterwards. So listen, people, I'll see you in another show. Take care and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace out.